Well, it looks like we have a little bit of a better idea of what Rockstar could be doing December 2022 DLC, or essentially what's going to be our winter update here in Grand Theft Auto Online. And I know it's really been just over a month since the summer DLC of the Criminal Enterprises update, but we do know that Rockstar is going to be doing something in the month of December, and usually that's a pretty big DLC. And in the past, we've talked about some of the ideas what Rockstar could do involving Michael DeSanta, the Contract sequel, or the Contract Part 2. There's lots of theories, lots of ideas, but we heard from insider Tez Funds 2, who gave us some clever things Rockstar are very likely going to pull off. So he ended up saying this: since Rockstar came up with Halloween events, we should have events for Christmas as well. I couldn't think of a much better variant of an existing event than the Smuggler's Plane crashing event. The plane crashes, but you find Santa at the crash site with all of the presents. How incredible would that be? So in case you guys don't know what's going on with the Smuggler Plane event, essentially you have these like blue blips that spawn on the map, and you'll see a smuggler plane going down and eventually crashes in the water, and at the bottom of the body of water you're going to a suitcase or a briefcase which is full of money. So Tez Funds 2 is saying that Rockstar should make a variation of that, and it should be for Christmas, involving Santa and his sleigh. He ends up crashing, and you find a bunch of presents all over the place, which honestly would be really cool if Rockstar made these even more valuable, like more than $25,000. Like, for example, and I'm just going a little bit way off the deep end here, what if Santa had like a full sleigh and it was like 100 presents, all with $25,000, and if you just collected all of them, you just got all that money, or whatever the case might be. Or they could add various other things that you could collect, like RP or various, whatever the case might be. There's so many things that Rockstar could ultimately do. They could also do other events tailored towards Christmas that they ended up doing for Halloween, like the trick-or-treat pumpkins that haven't made its way into the game yet. Essentially, what's going to happen is 200 jack-o'-lantern pumpkins are going to spawn all over the map. And if you find it, you'll either get a trick or a treat, sort of a play on words to what we do on Halloween. So I think Rockstar could do something very similar to that over the Christmas time period, especially involving the snow. I feel like they've never really taken advantage of that holiday time. They've done a little bit like adding lights to various, buildings and putting Christmas trees in our properties, but they haven't really taken advantage of all the sort of things we could do around that time. So it'd be nice if they ended up changing that up. Now, one thing that has been heavily requested for years now, I don't know Rockstar is ever going to do it, but it's the Mile High Club. And insider Tez Funds 2 talked about that. He said, even in the slight possibility that Rockstar would finish the Mile High Club, its interior will be much like every business interior. Instance interior placed under the map. So this takes a little bit of explaining. In case you guys don't know how Grand Theft Auto Online works, basically anytime there's an interior, let's call it the Diamond Casino and Resort, your executive office, even the interior that have an exterior view, and even those that are placed underground, all of those interiors are still placed in this like random location underground in the map. It's kind of like an interior vault where Rockstar sort of keeps all that stuff. So it's not like you find the one specific facility interior under the ground and then a bunker interior under the ground. No, they're all put in this basically one same spot. So that's how it would work. It wouldn't be this fancy floating interior in the sky. I really do believe and hope that the Mile High Club eventually gets a proper update. I feel like there's so many possibilities there, whether it's residential or commercial or recreational or business related. It doesn't matter. I feel like there's just so much that Rockstar could do. Now, also speaking of the December DLC, a handful of things that could be added as well. We heard again from insider Tez Funds 2, because on August 31st, he said yesterday's launcher update for the PC was built on Monday, July 25th, a day prior to the Criminal Enterprises update release. Rockstar recently built a tendency to release launcher updates a month after working on them. They likely plan to remove the CESP option from the store during the update release time window, but the launcher update took a bit longer. So not exactly a hint that something is supposed to happen in the very near future, but more so a hint that the December update could introduce the Gen 9 content to the PC version. So as things currently stand, Rockstar doesn't really have any of the content that we got on the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S back in March. PC still got the contract DLC, they still got the Criminal Enterprises update, but they haven't received any of the content that came to the PlayStation 5. And we all thought once that expiration exclusivity period with the consoles ended, the Rockstar would just add them back, but I guess they haven't decided to do that yet. At some point in time, they pretty much have to give the PC version this sort of stuff. I don't know why it hasn't happened yet, but I think we're all just going to have to be patient. And if you're wondering what CESP stands for, that's Criminal Enterprise Starter Pack. And more follow-up to that, he ended up saying what's more interesting, in addition to the HSW stats being added to the PC files, is that a flag was applied to various existing stats. But it was more hand-picked than randomly chosen, and he has the link right there. The flag is probably hashed since Rockstar is aware of us data miners. For all we know, this could either be an anti-cheat, related, or a new feature planned for the December update. So it looks like Rockstar has a lot planned for the December 2022 DLC update, and I think a good chunk of that might actually be trying to prevent players from cheating, especially on the PC. Because I feel like if Rockstar's going to go out of their way to add all the content that came on the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X to the PC, they want to make it worth it. They don't want it to be a system that is just completely bugged or filled with modders or filled with hackers. That's not fun for anyone. It's not fun for the players that just want to play the game, and it's definitely not fun for Rockstar to have to track all these different metrics and then ban people and then unban people that they didn't mean to ban, but then go back and ban people that they meant to ban. I think that's probably been the biggest downside to playing the game on PC, is you just never knew what was going to happen. Was there going to be a modder in your session? Was there going to be a hacker in your session? And so hopefully with the December 2022 update, Rockstar can knock some of these cheaters out and make the game way more playable on PC, because as we've been seeing lately with their updates, the DLCs have been absolutely fantastic, and I think they're even trying to minimize that as much as they can with obviously what they did in the Criminal Enterprises update, where you can basically do everything you want in an invite-only session. So I'd love to hear from you guys, though, in those comments down below. Let me know what you think on everything we discussed in this video today. What would you like Rockstar to do during the winter holiday months of Christmas and New Year's Eve and New Year's Day? Do you think the Mile High Club will ever be introduced in the game, and how do you think it will be functioning? And what do you think Rockstar is planning for cheaters in the December update? Again, let us know what you're thinking in those comments down below, or you can reach out to me on my Facebook page, where you can send me messages, photos, videos, and a whole lot more. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and all the Rockstar Games videos that I'll be doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Jordan Poole's a pretty good example. I mean, we drafted him, and I mean, if you hear what a lot of people say, some people said that was a bad pick, and even have him in their top 60, or he shouldn't have been in the first round. And then after his first year, you know, he's the worst shooter in the NBA, and he couldn't play, and all these kind of harsh commentary. And then he even started the year, didn't play. Right. and goes down to the G League and he starts getting some confidence, and he did all the work. He put all the work in, and that's where, people watching, if you're doing the work behind the scenes, it's going to pay off. And he did. He probably worked harder than anybody last summer in the gym. And then you saw it play out on the court. And I think probably even you, who, you want us to do well, were probably a little bit like, whoa, where'd this come from?
Over the last few seasons, we've quickly seen Jordan Poole go from such an afterthought in the 2019 NBA draft that analysts were actually questioning why he was even picked in the first round. We've gone from that to where he is today, a promising young talent on one of the best teams in the league, a player who a good amount of people thought was deserving of winning Most Improved Player last season, and a player that has an extremely bright future heading into just his 4th season at 23 years old. But despite all of this, you get the feeling that he's still underrated to a certain extent.
Oh yeah, I seen a lot of people in the comments last video. I don't know what y'all think this is. THC is still better than Poole. I don't know what y'all think this is.
But it's becoming very clear that if he continues on the trajectory that he's on, he is going to be a very difficult player to deal with within the next few seasons. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to talk about Jordan Poole's rise to stardom, his strengths and weaknesses, and we're going to discuss why I believe he has a very real chance of being the Warriors' next franchise player. So let's get into the video. So real quick before we begin, I know a lot of you guys watching this are probably not subscribed, so if you do fall into that category, please do feel free to subscribe. And also, if the Warriors are your thing, I recently made a documentary detailing Klay Thompson's injuries and return, and I spent a lot of time on it, so I would really appreciate if you gave that a watch. But back to Jordan Poole. So like I said before, Jordan Poole is quickly becoming one of the best young players in the league, going from his first season in which he quite honestly looked lost at times and even took repeated trips down to the G League, going from that to where he is today, where he can be a viable first option on a playoff level team when asked. And we know this because that's exactly what he did. He had been showing promise for most of the past season, but his true test would come in the last few games of the year, because during the 2022 season, the Warriors had a stretch in which Stephen Curry went down with a foot injury and missed the last 12 games of the regular season. And so Jordan Poole became the #1 option for the team. And in those 12 games, he would average nearly 26 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists on 42, 37, 95 shooting splits. He also had a streak of 17 straight 20-point games going back to even before Steph's injury. It was an incredible glow up. And I would know. I was there. Fast forward to the playoffs, where he would remain a starter throughout the entire first round, while Stephen Curry eased back into his usual minutes. In this series, he averaged 21 points and 5 assists on 55% shooting from the field and 48% from 3. Shortly after, he would return to his role of coming off the bench as a scoring punch and a primary facilitator. However, it became clear that sample of games was all we really needed to see to truly understand the type of player that he is and the potential of what he could actually be. Because during that time, we were able to see his improved finishing ability, footwork, and playmaking. His ability to finish through contact and contort his body around the basket were the most noticeable improvements to his game. Being able to use his quick first step to get downhill. And of course, as a player improves one area of his game, more things start to open up. We would see this often, where Jordan would get defenders on their heels because he's so quick and such a good finisher that this opens up his step back and his mid-range, which he has also improved this season. He's shown his ability to drive and finish on either side of the basket with both hands. His left hand finishing is a little bit behind his right, but it's not a massive gap. They're very close. And again, he's still just 23 years old. Not as important to Poole's overall game, but still kind of important, has been his improved footwork. This is another skill that helps him get to and move around the basket, which by this point, I'm sure you're noticing that a lot of his offense is centered around his speed and his ability to get downhill, which does, like I said before, open up the rest of his game, but also opens up the floor for everyone else because of his ability to collapse the defense. And it's clear from just watching these clips that he has learned to use the attention he receives from defenses to his advantage. And that's not really that surprising, considering he plays with another guy that also attracts a lot of it, and it's probably someone he learned a lot from. However, even though a player can have all these different abilities, they may face a top-tier defense, particularly in a playoff series. And the 2022 final series against the Celtics was the perfect example of this. In Game 1, it was clear that the tough physical defense was really bothering him and throwing him off his game. But towards the end of the series, we started to see him slowly getting back to the Jordan Poole that we were seeing in the regular season and in the first few rounds of the playoffs. And that showed a lot of us his ability to adjust and adapt to whatever team he's facing, which is crazy important in a playoff series, especially the finals. And that's all cool and all, but what does it mean? Well, to be completely honest, I have absolutely no idea. Because while he may be on the verge of becoming a top player you want to build around, Golden State won't be in that position until Stephen Curry retires. And since he just had one of his best playoff runs at age 34, who even knows when that's gonna be? It may very well be another 4 or 5 years before Jordan Poole is on his own with the keys to the franchise. By that time, he'll be somewhere in the range of 27 to 29 years old. Which, yes, is most players' primes, but that also doesn't really give you a lot of time. However, I do feel if there's any front office that could pull it off, it's this one. The only question would be, what is the team gonna look like by then? And I don't really like looking into the future too much because of the uncertainty, and so I won't go too far into it. But I feel as though the biggest question surrounding Jordan Poole in the next few seasons is how much he's able to improve on defense, as that's really the only weakness to his game. Kind of similar to Steph in the earlier days of the dynasty, around that 2014 to 2016 range. But as we could see these past couple years, Steph was really able to improve on defense by building more muscle and just improving his overall instincts on that side of the floor, even though he was already decent. And that leads us to today. So I don't think it's that far-fetched to suggest that Jordan Poole could make such an improvement on defense as well. But of course, that's just something that we're gonna have to wait and see. But keep in mind not only how young he is, but also the fact that this was only his first playoffs, and facing a team like the Celtics, and he already looked like he was starting to figure it out. And so combine that with the work ethic that was talked about towards the start of the video, and you could have a very scary talent to deal with within the next few seasons. And once he's actually given all the freedom, who knows what could happen. But of course, again, we'll just have to wait and see. But I do believe that it is within the realm of possibility that if everything works out in terms of contracts and things of that nature, he could very well find himself becoming the next franchise player of the Golden State Warriors. But with all that being said, I want to know what you guys think. How much do you think Jordan Poole will improve this season? And how long do you think it will be before he starts to get into that realm of being the guy? Let me know what you think. But with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you're new, hit the bell to be notified when I upload, comment down below what you want to see next, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.
Okay, maybe you'll be a Splash nephew now?
Yeah, I'm something like that. I'm definitely a little young, but I'm Splash something for sure.
Two of the game's best young guards now paired up in Cleveland thanks to a monster trade the Caps pulled off just a week ago. Donovan Mitchell in, Colin Sexton, Lauri Markkanen, Ochai Agbaji, and 3 firsts out. So a team that had 3 All-Stars last season adds yet another one. And it looks like the backcourt is already hitting it off, guys. Yesterday was Spider's birthday, and Darius wasted no time wishing him a happy one on Instagram. Isn't that sweet? And speaking of sweet, Trae Young is already a bad man, as evident by this nutmeg on Kyrie Irving. You guys see this? Oh, this wasn't on Kyrie Irving. This was against the Timberwolves.
Just a nutmeg.
That nutmeg in general. On the internet right now, you can see him do the same thing to Kyrie Irving.
He's different.
Different. And all they did this offseason was add DeJounte Murray. So quite the backcourt pairing there. 2 more All-Stars joining forces. Lots and lots and lots of great backcourts now exist throughout the league.
Oh, my goodness.
Good luck ranking these guys. If only we had 2 players that know the game inside and out to help us rank all the pairings you see here on your screen.
Honestly, it was really hard. I'm not going to lie.
Well, somehow I always get, the days I work, we always have to rank stuff, and I get violated on social media for like the next month.
I'm sorry.
Yo, disparo, man, y mi sonido es claro. LeBron James, yo la clavo toda al lado. Vengo de un barrio oscuro en Moreno.
Pero no espacio ahí. Dime,
That music copyright. I had to turn that. I had to mute that joint out. That music copyrighted, chat. So I had to turn that joint off. Muted that. But I think the game. I think they're gonna better show the game on this channel. So I gotta see. I'll be right back, chat. She might low key might have to give me that though. Try it out. bro. Bro, this only fit and airflow, bro. That's why you don't see me well. That's why it's so sad. See, I might get on GTA, bro. It's like, I don't know, 50-50. I don't know. Okay. Oh. You.
So the question becomes, what is the best they will do, and does it make sense for Lamar Jackson? Consider the risks. First, he could get injured this year, and then he never gets the big contract. Second, no contract to get through this season. Who knows what happens next year? He could end up with another team. What he needs now is someone who can talk to the Ravens and then talk to him about all the risks of taking the deal, not taking the deal, and how everything can play out moving forward.
All right, I think, Mike, if they don't strike a deal, he'll play on that fifth-year option and make about $23 million this season. All right, now we shift our focus outside the world of football, and we, of course, have our thoughts today on Queen Elizabeth II, who died at age 96 after her 7-year reign. For more, we go to Rockefeller Center and the Today Show anchor, Hoda.
Hey, good to see you. You know, in fact, Savannah was supposed to be right here with me tonight, but she did hop on a plane to London after the news broke. She will be there live. We're going to look back at the Queen's life and legacy and how she is now being honored around the globe. We will have complete coverage all morning long on the Today Show. We'll be looking for you then. But, Maria, tonight, it's check this out. We're excited as the season gets underway. And this is just the beginning because we have something we're super excited about. It's our new series. It's called Inside the Game.
I want both of them cards. I want the Obi Wagner. I want all them cards, bro.
The team players
Cause they like I don't know, they feel good type of vehicles. So I want them, but I'm trying to make money. I'm trying to make back to back.
To host TV's biggest night takes an unstoppable talent.
This is my moment. My moment is coming back.
Kenan Thompson hosts the primetime innings live Monday on DC and Peacock, and watch the red carpet live from E!
I'm still going.
Today you'll make around 35,000 bets, not just on the game, but on every moment in everyday life. You'll bet on how spicy the atomic wings really are. Bet on the extent of your body control. And bet on your athletic prowess. Yes, every moment in life is a bet, but life doesn't offer you $150 in free bets when you bet just fine. So bet on FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, and make every moment more.
Nature's own is never made with any artificial flavors or preservatives.
Oh, chat.
So every meal ends happily ever after.
I can't ride my fours down the street. None of that.
You can have Popeye's hand batter
Gotta
and
get
signature or signature price.
the
Deal for $5 while you still can.
Life has its moments when you're forced to face future challenges.
Bro, I didn't even leave a job, bro.
Something had to change.
I don't even know why he's saying that.
Moments when managing a
I'm about to do the agency.
into creating possibilities.
I needed to double my space, and this
I gotta get some people in
Moments
this.
when growing bigger means thinking bigger.
I'll tell anybody is this one of the biggest challenges is cash flow.
See the full stories at WebsterMoments.com.
Don't let psoriasis get in the way. With Pulse, up to 90% of patients saw a significant improvement of their psoriasis.
Oh my God, help me with
Some
this.
even saw 100% clear skin. Don't use if you're allergic to Pulse. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis, increased risk of infections, and lower ability to fight them with a card. Tell your doctor about infections, symptoms, or inflammatory bowel disease symptoms, tablets, course, and
Where is
serious allergic reactions and common.
Ask
Ask
your
your doctor about Pulse.
NBC Connecticut, the #1 online news source.
The NFL International Federation of American Football hosted the World Games flag football medalists at nearby Morningside High School,
And the visit included a donation of flag football kits to the Inglewood Unified School District and student athletes running drills with some of the best flag football players in the world. To find a flag football team near you, you can visit playfootball.com. As we take a look at the LA skyline, the city of Angels, and we're excited now to welcome in the man who called the Rams win in Super Bowl 56, the new voice of Thursday Night Football on Prime Video from Amazon Studios just right up the road in Coal City. It's Al Michaels. And Al, I gotta get right to it because you're pretty much the godfather of LA, and so you understand what the Rams Super Bowl means to LA residents. How does it affect this community?
Well, the Rams moved to St. Louis in 1995. They came back in 2016. The town was pretty excited. The team didn't do very well that year.
Then they went out and they hired Sean McVay. This has always been a Laker town and a Dodger town. It's going to become a Rams town again. Well, McVay has had 5 winning seasons. You win the Super Bowl. And by the way, when you win the Super Bowl and that Lombardi trophy is in SoFi, the bandwagon expands. So it's the Lakers and it's the Dodgers and it's the Rams right now.
It's a city of riches is what it sounds like, Al. As for that other team in LA, you'll actually get to see the Chargers next Thursday night in Kansas City. What's your big headline as you go into that Thursday night game?
I think you start with the quarterbacks. I mean, right now, clearly Patrick Mahomes is definitely in the conversation when you talk about who is the best quarterback in the National Football League. In that conversation, I think, in relatively short order, will be one Justin Herbert of the Chargers. He'll be going into his 3rd season. I think he showed last year in that game against Las Vegas at the end of the season, even though they lost in overtime and didn't get to the playoffs, making 4th down completion after 4th down completion, tying the game, sending it in overtime. He's the real deal. So you've got Mahomes
You've got Herbert. You're in Kansas City. Week 2, it starts next Thursday night on Amazon. Be there, Maria.
Oh, you know I'm gonna be there, Al. We appreciate you stopping by. Enjoy the game, and we'll see you Thursday. All right, guys, we touched on him at the top of the show. Von Miller left Southern California for Western New York this offseason. A little bit of a switch. But recently, Rocky met up with Buffalo's newest star pass rusher, now in search of his third Super Bowl ring.
So I gotta ask you, why was Buffalo the right choice? I don't have any reason for leaving LA. They did everything for me. I just felt like I really enjoy being around the young guys. I really enjoy inspiring guys to be better.
Here's Mafia, what's up, baby? Welcome to the
All this conversation about Super Bowl expectations, how open are you guys to discussing that amongst each other? I'm obsessed with winning. When I talk to young guys all the time about this certain winner's mindset. When you win a Super Bowl, that's football heaven, as you know. Do you feel like you have added pressure because of all the hype and everything that comes with you here? The pressure is a privilege to be in organizations like Los Angeles Rams and Denver Broncos, where it's Super Bowl and bust each and every year. I'm kind of got accustomed to playing in these situations.
I gotta welcome you to an exclusive club, the two-time Super Bowl champion club. See these rings right here, man? You talking about this is what you're obsessed with? Guess what? I was obsessed with it too. Oh, you got yours. Oh, look at that. I'm obsessed with it too. Well, what's the difference? Yeah. This one is like the size of both of mine. You know, hopefully, if God says the same, we have a two-finger ring here in Buffalo. Mine will be the guy that gets them over the hump. And he told me multiple times that he's obsessed with winning championships. What I love about him, Coach, is all the success that he's had. He's one of the most humble people that I've ever met.
Well, I tell you what, I love the acquisition, not because he's humble, or not because I can lead, but I can't get sacks. That's what they got this guy to do. Beat up Mariano Rivera, the closer. When the other team has the ball, 2 minutes left, go throw that 95-mile-an-hour fastball and win the game.
That's right. They needed a playmaker on that defensive line to take a little pressure off of McDermott, Leslie Frazier. The defensive line in general, guys, I'm excited to see what Buffalo brings to the table. A lot more big people in the middle. They got incredible depth. So it's going to be exciting to see they need to protect these young corners tonight.
To bring superstars to the Rock, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Can you smell what he's cooking? I know the Rams fans want to smell what the Rams are cooking in Week 1 against Buffalo. Back to SoFi in a minute.
We're gonna find a way back home together.
Gonna mute that. I don't know what them ads be on. Hard to make money in this agency. Who invite me to this Ellis card me like I'm gonna do that. It's taking mad long though.
Everything okay?
Alright. Be back.
We talked about all of the problems and the difficulties, but they've got a couple of things in their favor. It starts with their coaching staff. To me, Sean McVay is one of the most driven people I've been around.
Especially
They went to the Super Bowl with Jared Goff. He said, that's not good enough. I've got to go out and Matthew Stafford. Super Bowl win is not good enough for Sean. He is going to bring people in. He's going to keep motivating them. They're going to be fine in that regard.
Coach, I know they lost Von Miller. I think this defense is still going to be excellent. You look at defensive coordinator Raheem Morris. He's done a wonderful job replacing Brandon Staley. You look at the continuity that they have on that defensive line. They still have Aaron Donald, who's the best player on the planet. You had Bobby Wagner, who's a tackling machine from sideline to sideline. This defense is still going to be good.
And I also added that Matthew Stafford said this offseason that if you look at what he's doing in this season offense a year ago at this point, it's so small in comparison to what he knows now. But he was playing from behind a year ago. Now he's playing ahead, and these guys still don't believe. Some people repeat at the Super Bowl champion. And that's all right. Yeah, all right. So the Rams started that title defense, and after the game, we'll have an all-new Tonight Show with special guests like Shelton and Gigi Hadid. And they'll have to watch the because our own Matthew Berry stopped by with Jimmy Fallon earlier this week. Take a look.
In the fantasy football industry, most people have McCaffrey at number 2 or 1. Yeah, so that's not a controversial take by me. So you will help me out? I will help you out. I got your back. Do you want to win? I mean, like, you can, because like, yeah, I mean, if you want to, I will help you cut the staff, like, great.
Well, look at you, Mr. Big Time, rubbing elbows with Jimmy Fallon, hanging out on the couch.
Yeah, we're BFFs now. Just don't ask him. Take my word for it.
Apparently. All right. Well, let's get into the FanDuel focus. Talk about the game tonight. The Rams offense, we know how good it is. We know Cooper Kupp, Matthew Stafford, they're ballers. We know the Rams offense is going to feature Cooper Kupp and make him the first lead on a lot of plays tonight. As a defensive game plan for him, you see here he's in the slot. He can take the top off the defense and make big plays. Oh, 4th and 1, crucial moment, speed sweep. So they're going to find ways to get to the top of the game. Is there anybody else you're looking at in this Rams offense today?
Kupp is so versatile, one of the best wide receivers in football, fantasy and real life. But yeah, I think Allen Robinson has a big game. 13 times last year, Chris. Somebody not named Cooper Kupp had over 65 yards receiving. You think about how this game plays out. You heard Harris talk earlier about how tough that Bills defensive line is. Many guys of the Rams are banged up. I think it's going to be a struggle to run the ball. So what is they going to do? He wants to attack that inexperienced Bills secondary that doesn't have Tre'Davious White tonight. Right? So Allen Robinson should have a big game.
To a degree. Now, let's, and if you want to be an expert like a question, the FanDuel app, newcomers get a guaranteed $150 with a single $5 bet on week 1. So wide after
Official chocolate bar sponsor of the NFL.
And there's never been a better time to switch. Connect with a Verizon Business Expert, September 8th through 14th for limited time offers on 5G plans and devices. Like our best price on our best business unlimited plan. Plus a complimentary tech check to find the right technology to keep your business one step ahead. Call, click, or scan to switch. exclusive from the network America relies on.
Pizza, better with Pepsi.
Little Caesars is now the official pizza sponsor of the NFL. Come on, keep it hot. It's good.
Pizza?
Again, harder, readier, double it down. No, pull, high five. Come on. Pizza. We're ready.
Enjoy game day with the Fanceroni Pepperoni. With over 100 old world pepperonis. Pizza.
Now on FanDuel, bet $5 and get $150 in free bets instantly. Chips jammed in the Jam Sports Bar. You will be stuck in a lot with kids. And yes, even you who got destroyed at Carnival in front of all your friends. Yes, new customers now get $150 instantly when you bet just $5. That's why America's #1 sports book is
that is going to women's basketball players first. And Windows 11 is where I can get it done.
They're not gonna find me now.
Burgers, better with Pepsi.
They're not gonna find me.
Welcome back to SoFi Stadium, where just moments ago, Matthew Stafford took the field and the roars from the Rams faithful were up and high, Coach.
Yes, they were. And Matthew Stafford, you said it earlier, his second year in the system. I can't wait to see the development from this man.
All right, we will see it when he kicks off against the Bills right here in SoFi. But back in Long Beach, the party's still going on. The fans have been enjoying the 2022 NFL kickoff concert presented by Verizon. And now, once again, here's Jay Baldwin with In the Ghetto.
Esto se vendió, la vecina no sé qué le dio, el vecino no sé qué le dio, a la gente no sé qué le dio, pero fue muy largo.
Are they coming down here? Bro, it's hot. Hey. Hot as heck, chat. Bryce haven't lost him? Wow. There's no way they know where I'm at. That's crazy.
En el barrio siempre hay bailoteo, Ave María. El trago nunca falta ni la buena compañía. Yeah, como ha cambiado la vida.
They still see me? I was finna say, this There's no way they see me. I'm losable. I'm untouchable. Come on now. That's an easy 55,000 right there. I gotta head back to the agency, and my agency they're gonna repair it, and I'm gonna be
TV's #1 rated night of dramas returns. When the community calls, we respond every single day.
One city.
One family.
Ooh.
Chicago Wednesday returns September 21st on NBC.
Car's gonna move.
Jake just had his annual checkup, and they recommended him getting the HPV vaccine when he turns 11 next year. Why does he need it at such a young age?
Car's gonna move, bro. These cops, all that. Gangsta. They gonna just kill their own self and you move. Ooh, like, don't you see me going into the garage? You gonna just get ran over. Yes.
Thick sliced and flour dusted, nature's own perfectly crafted bread. You're fancy now.
The Serious Injury Attorneys at InjuredCheatKey.com have decades of combined experience handling complex cases.
Bro, they just repaired it. And they just want to repair it. So they want to throw it like a fool. Bro, I might get my joint repainted. I want to get my joint repainted. I'm thinking about it too. Like, I might get it like this. But that's how some people got it. I don't want it like that, though. It low-key looks tough. But, bro, the way I got it looks better. Wait, let me see these windows. These windows look modded. Nah, them windows look modded. Compared to mine. Nah, they the same. I ain't gonna lie. I think I should just color this, like, I think I should just make it black. Black or white. Cause blue be getting old. Like, yeah, it's my favorite color, so that's why I might keep it blue. But blue don't match with none of my. Well, I got fits to match with it. I just don't have a lot of fits to match with it. Like, I don't have a lot. I have fits though to match with it. It just, I don't have a lot. I need a lot, and I ain't about to buy a lot of fits for some dang on blue car, like, and it's not my mean. I got another blue car. And that's the fastest car in the game. So, yeah. I just don't understand, like, why the freak. I wish my, you know what I'm saying? Because if my Camaro was in here, the fastest car in the game, bro, it would have been raps, bro. It would have been raps. Because if that John was in here, I know one thing, bro. It's not like the Hellcat. But it's still a problem. It's the fastest car in the game. Bro, why'd he add to this to me? $69,000 for this, bruh. This bull is. Cause I ain't gonna lie, the last one was $55,000. I'd do some $69,000 though. I'm down. $69,000 is more than $55,000. So that 9 times 10, I'm getting closer and closer to a mil. Cause right now I'm already in the 6 digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm already in the 6 digits, so I can get a mil today. If I keep grinding with this little John. Oh yeah, I get a mil and then I get 2 mil probably tomorrow. Cause he ain't getting on today. He's not getting on today. He gonna probably be on tomorrow or Saturday. That's guaranteed. That's a bet. My little brother off, so I know he ain't getting on no more either. So really, yeah. Hey, look. I'm about to go to this place. Cali.
Them today. It's a team on a mission. Yeah, they say hi, but they don't really want to say hi too long. They kind of want to get back to business. They're hungry, right?
Can I also just pause? A lot of guys are sweating. His name is Rodney Harris. He's sweating all over everyone. All right, it's Sunday Night 7 featuring a jackpot of $100,000 every single week. Matthew, let's go. We're looking at the quarterbacks. How many passing yards for Stafford and Allen?
Starting with Matthew Stafford, only 2 times last year did a quarterback throw for more than 275 yards against the Bills. We do think Stafford has a nice game here, but as you heard Rodney say, he's going to be under pressure. Give me the 250 to 279 selection there. As for Josh Allen, under 270 yards last year, nearly 60% of his passes. I will also take the second selection there on the NBC Sports Predictor app. Make your pick for free on the NBC Sports Predictor app. I like both guys tonight.
Bills Mafia is getting set. They're going hand. We're going to hear more from their quarterback, Josh Allen, after this.
Wow, we're on Verizon now.
Yes, Cecily, because of their new plan, One Unlimited for iPhone.
Elaborate.
It comes with Apple One. That's Apple Music, Apple TV Plus, Apple Arcade, and iCloud Plus.
All included on the network you want to be on.
Exactly. We could be up here all weekend listening to The Weeknd.
While flinging Angry Birds.
Not you. You're lovely. Are you napping?
No, I'm watching my favorite show, starring me.
The first plan with Apple One
They sound
included.
like that?
Introducing One Unlimited for
They
iPhone.
going
One
in
on the
like
network America
that?
relies on. Verizon.
Underwear?
Wedgie?
This Tuesday and Wednesday, hold on to your pants. It's a 2-night finale of summer's #1 new show.
Was it?
The Password finale, Tuesday and Wednesday.
You don't want to die, lady?
Isn't it amazing how one act of kindness can inspire so many more? Like handing out a refreshing drink can lead to a neighborly gesture that becomes a right to work or a nice surprise. Kindness can start pretty small, but it never ends there.
You gonna shoot
Liberty
me with
Bank,
a shotgun,
the community
expect me
kind.
to live?
$200
Oh,
instantly.
so I gotta bring out
Just to
the
spend
heavy
$5.
shotgun, huh?
DraftKings, listen to me.
That's what they
You
did
listen to me. Good. I appreciate you for
Alright,
recognizing
I'll bring
how
it
valuable
out.
my time
That's
is.
fine by
But
me.
instantly, stop. Not gonna make you sweat a little bit. Feel some extra bumps in my chest while the game is going on. Oh look, wait a minute. There's my $200. That was fast.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app.
Now I
Bet
gotta find a
$5 to get
combination.
$200 instantly. Action's so good, why bet NFL anywhere else?
Touch that. Nah, interception.
At AmeriCorps, my commitment to equity gives every student a strong start.
Bro, I
Every
got
day,
shot with
AmeriCorps
another
members
shotty,
and volunteers
bro.
live out their values
They
to make
blowing me,
communities
bro.
stronger. What's at your core? Learn more at AmeriCorps.gov.
Connecticut, we're the greatest state in the greatest country on earth. But for too long, we'd lost our way. Urging from deficits to service cuts to higher taxes, I said enough. And today, working together, Democrats, Republicans, and Independents, we're bringing our state back.
Governor Ned Lamont, turning a huge deficit into a record surplus so that he could cut our taxes, pay down our debt, saving our kids and grandkids billions. Lamont, steady, responsible leadership, better schools, tax-free retirement income, more money to fight crime.
And we're doing it with values that never change and never waver.
Governor Lamont is protecting a woman's right to choose and getting illegal guns off the streets, no matter what the special interests say.
Because these are Connecticut values. It's what responsible government can do. It's what we truly believe in. And it's what makes our state and our country great. I'm Ned Lamont, and I approve this message.
A connected team.
Connecting you.
weekday mornings.
Your arm itself. Pitching baseball, like always had an arm where you were like, wow, I can throw the ball harder than anybody around. Yeah,
pretty much. I
played varsity and they stuck me in right field to throw people out at first. How many times a game do you think you just unleash it and throw it 100% effort?
Maybe once or twice a game. Right. It's not the deep go balls. It's like, oh shoot, tight window here. Like I gotta go.
Combination for that. Why they hiding?
It's usually those in cuts or those curl routes where you're trying to beat two defenders squeezing in on them. Right.
Why they hiding the combination code though? Like
your scrambling ability. The backyard football, it's off the charts.
Oh,
You can work as many scramble drills. That is the furthest thing from the real thing as possible. And my place off, how I've played since I was in Pop Warner, you just didn't have old linemen. You know, like it was just drop back and throw the ball, or find a way out and get to a different spot and throw the ball.
McDermott, he's a defensive coach. And I was always like, I wonder if he'll really ever go all in on the offense and Josh Allen.
Part of season 3, he had talked to me and just said like, hey, like you're on the field, like I trust you implicitly.
Gonna keep it himself, runs left side, has room, into the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo.
And he said that to me, just allow me to play free and loose and be myself and not be a robot. Right. The respect that the coaches give us here, it makes you feel like a grown man playing football. Right. Yeah, let us be grown men.
Yeah.
Well, as head coach Sean McDermott said he's a grown man, that he can take any team to the highest level, Chris, and that he's also answered every single question a quarterback have to answer.
Yeah, he's, to me, the best quarterback in the game right now. He's got incredible talent. He's a great leader. He works hard. He's smart. And what he does on the football field, Coach Dungy will tell you, it's hard to stop it. It doesn't matter. You know, hey, you're in the pocket. He gets outside of the pocket, weird body positioning, great touch throw over the New England defender. I mean, come on. Then the ability to get outside the pocket, and he's not looking to run, Maria. He's looking to make a big play down the field. We know how strong his arm is here. Hits Dawson Knox, and then what puts him over the top? To me, he's the second best running quarterback in football behind Lamar Jackson. Who does this? Pull guard, center, 4th and 2, big moment. He's a very special player. He's a superstar. He can beat you with brains and brawn.
All right, how do you stop them, defensive guys? Come on.
Biggest thing is don't go crazy, blitzing them all over the place. Pick and choose when you want to blitz them. Bobby Wagner will be one of the most important players on the field, making sure that he spies and keeps tabs on them, Coach.
Yeah, no question about it. Vision and violence, Coach McVay said.
All right, stay tuned here from SoFi. Coming up next, we have a special rendition of Lift Every Voice and Sing.
You're a time traveler. You leap into other bodies, saving people.
Quantum Leap premieres Monday, September 19th on NBC.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Thanks again for running out the whole place for us.
No problem. I had a couple extra bucks and I bought a lottery ticket.
Play the Connecticut Lottery. It doesn't take much to live big.
Don't let psoriasis get in the way. With Taltz, up to 90% of patients saw a significant improvement of their psoriasis plaques. Some even saw 100% clear skin. Don't use if you're allergic to Taltz. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. Increased risk of infections and lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor about infections, symptoms, or if inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop, worsen, or if you had a vaccine or plan to. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Ask your doctor about Taltz.
Who is it?
If you have serious injuries from an accident or a loved one has been killed in at Aton Law Partners, we handle your case from call to compensation and never charge you for additional services.
How did it go?
Learn more about us at injuredct.com.
I don't even care because I want to go.
My name is Delia.
I gotta be dressed by Monday.
Dress down Monday.
Oh, no, they said dress down tomorrow.
Market stores.
The yellow shirt. I don't have the yellow shirt.
Use to make our product local. That's the
yeah, tomorrow they say yellow shirt for something.
Our cake are
for support for somebody. I don't know who.
For our cakes of the month.
I don't have no yellow shirt, so yeah.
My whole family works here and we love it.
Would you like having Xfinity Internet with supersonic Wi-Fi? It's back, like Beyond Geek Speed Pass.
with 3 times the bandwidth.
And the power to connect hundreds of devices at once.
Learn more about the next generation Wi-Fi from Xfinity, or get started with a special offer on internet for just $29.99 a month with a 2-year rate guarantee. Plus, get unlimited data included so you can do more of what you love online. Switch today.
The odds of the universe forming, your parents meeting, and birthing you is basically 0. So what is life? A chance. And every moment, a bet. Like hearing your alarm. Betting if the milk is still milk. Betting on the durability of grocery bags. And betting when politics will come up at dinner. Yes, we all bet on the game of life, but life doesn't offer you $150 in free bets when you bet just 5. So when it comes to the NFL, bet on America's #1 sportsbook, FanDuel, and make every moment more.
NBC Connecticut's First Alert Weather. 5 years most accurate.
I came on just before the game came on.
The NFL has worked with LA artist Ruben Rojas to create special artwork in both LA and Buffalo.
I mean, I'm watching
that
on
aims to
YouTube
inspire
instead of
unity
Verizon this
in a
time.
time of division.
That's good.
Here is a closer look at that message, narrated by Emmy Award-winning actor Sterling K. Brown.
Doing a pledge of allegiance. Wait, it's not even 8:20.
We've all felt the pain and anxiety of a world going to pieces around us.
Bro, they showing that lady
But across the great divide, we still share one crucial thing: the hope for something better. To nurture that hope, we must focus on the only thing that matters. Because the more we open our hearts through quiet gestures to a collective embrace, the more we'll realize that our world is not damaged beyond repair.
Now, to perform Lift Every Voice and Sing, please welcome 5-time Grammy nominee, Haley Bailey.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven.
Oh, that's the pledge of allegiance. No, that's for the kids. It's gotta be for the kids. That's for the kids. That might be some early pledge of allegiance. Wait. Oh, that look like that's DDG girlfriend. That's DDG girlfriend. That's Haley Bailey. Hell Bailey. Bro. Yeah, that's Hell Bailey. It looks like her. I can't see. It definitely looks like her, bro. Not on yet. This is just pre-game with the kids. It's not on yet. You know what channel it is? 5, 10. Why are you looking at other channels like a retard?
Gentlemen, today the world lost a beloved global figure with the passing of Queen Elizabeth II. At this time, please join in a moment of silence in the memory of Queen Elizabeth, whose message of unity and peace inspired people throughout the world for generations.
Burgers, better Pepsi.
Old school.
You're early.
Maybe arrived shortly after the official announcement of her death.
And
Began
now,
at 6:30.
let's level it up. It's showtime at
Verizon Small Business Days are back, and there's never been a better time to switch. Connect like our best price on our best business unlimited plan.
17 minutes and 31 seconds to come on.
Florida Potter, both from her dad and from Coach Bertrand.
Welcome back to SoFi Stadium. You know, after 12 years in Detroit, Matthew Stafford finally got his crowning moment right here in SoFi Stadium. His first season with the Rams. And last month I had a chance to catch up with the QB and look back at the night that he's definitely going to remember forever.
Confetti flies here at SoFi Stadium. The last time I talked to you was before the Super Bowl. So I wanted to do something special just for you where we relive the Super Bowl in our interview, okay? Perfect. So I hope you like the setup.
I love it. I'll take the confetti all day.
You'll take it?
This is perfect. Wow. Some good family memories for sure.
Since we're reliving the moment, we've got the confetti here. Just press play on that. That'd be great.
That was the best part of my night, to be honest with you. Really, that's all my kids wanted to do. They knew that there was going to be confetti if we won, so I was just excited to play with them in it. It was so fun. My girls were having a blast.
We get some pictures in there for you.
Yeah, this is a good one.
This is like your Super Bowl picture book. Can you walk me through each moment as you look at them?
Before this play, when I stepped to the line of scrimmage and saw what defense they were in, I was like, we're going to get this thing done right here.
pass. Got it. Touchdown.
And up on that stage, it was a really, really fun time. I mean, we're waving at my family.
It's like a little bit of our couple situation. I'm not going to lie. That had to be strong.
Yeah, big time. We were able to lean on each other. So being able to have somebody that you know and trust and believe in is a huge thing.
There's one picture I really hit. Yeah. Because I'm not leaving my girl out. That's what's not going to happen. Okay, we're going to talk about Kelly. She's the real MVP.
Yeah, it's such a special time. You know, this one kind of brings it into not just last season, but so many years of her being by my side and helping me through some lean years, and being able to celebrate that with her was really cool.
I'm just going to take it all. This confetti, we got to go take it somewhere or something. Thanks, guys. Throw the camera.
I had so much fun reliving those moments with Stafford. But guys, my biggest takeaway was that although it was a relief to win that Super Bowl, it really kind of like sprung the appetite to want more. He wants that title again, and that's something that the Rams are obviously depending on.
Well, he's special. He takes pressure off of McVay. He doesn't have to manage the perfect game. When you're down by 10 in the NFC Championship game or have injuries in the Super Bowl, we don't have to worry. We got Matthew Stafford. That's what he's brought to the organization.
And that Stafford McVay relationship was excellent last year, but it will grow even more. I know my second year with Peyton, I learned what concepts he liked, what he didn't like, and how to push him and challenge him a little bit more. And they will grow this second year, no question.
Guys, I have a lot of respect for Matthew Stafford. I've been in his shoes. I know what it feels like to lose every single week. He never complained. He never pointed a finger. All he did was go out there and continue to play hard. I have a lot of respect. He's blessed because he won a Super Bowl.
And you got to respect the way that he plays through pain. One thing Matthew Stafford said, although, the elbow monitoring has been something we've been talking about, he's prepared to play through pain like he has throughout his career. All right, guys, it's that time.
Let's
it's
go.
that time. It's finally time for the picks. And we got to start with America's
You
pick.
get uneasy,
56% of America's going with the Bills. All right, meanwhile,
going with the
rest of us,
Bills?
it seems like Jack, Jason, Florio, Matthew are all going with the Rams. I, too, am going to join them and go with the Rams. Who are you guys going with?
I'm going with the Bills here. Their defensive line, I think, is the difference in the football game. They got depth. They got talent. Von Miller to close the game. I like the Bills, 30-21.
I was up there, and Josh Allen just showed me so much when he controlled the offense, the confidence in which he plays. I'm gonna take the Buffalo Bills, Coach, as a surprise.
When we talk about the quarterbacks and all the scoring that's going to happen, running the football today. Buffalo on offense, can they run it well enough to slow Aaron Donald down? And then the Rams, Leslie Frazier, defensive coordinator of the Bills, he's going to have some things to help those young corners. Can they run it and pound them? I think they will.
So, how's it going to be?
You're going with the Rams. Okay, good. Well, let me tell you or ask you this. Between the quarterback battle,
Who do you think will have the better night here tonight in week 1?
Well, Josh Allen is always the guy I look at. I just look at they do so much with him, and he's such a special football player.
Of course he thinks Josh Allen. All right, let's see at halftime. I know, right? Because we're all set for NFL season 1 of 3. The right Super Bowl Rams championship moment. And to start their title defense against the Bills, Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth, Melissa Stark will have the call.
Thank you for watching this presentation of NFL Network.
Wow, we're on Verizon now.
Yes, Cecily, because of their new plan, One Unlimited for iPhone.
Elaborate.
It comes with Apple One. That's Apple Music, TV Plus, Apple Arcade, and iPhone.
All included on the network you want to be on.
Exactly. We could be up here all weekend listening to the weekend.
While flinging Angry Birds.
Not you. You're lovely. Are you napping?
No, watching my favorite show, starring me.
The first plan with Apple One included. Introducing One Unlimited for iPhone. Only on the network America relies on. Verizon.
I'd like to combine forces and work this case together.
Arms, drugs, sex trafficking. It's beyond comprehension.
We keep fighting
Together.
America made this immigrant's kid's dream a reality. Hard work and opportunity allowed me to succeed and give back. I started a scholarship program to train more Black doctors. I founded a health corps, which has helped millions of at-risk teens. But John Fetterman's radical policies put their future at risk. Inflation, open borders, crime. I'm running for Senate to bring change, heal our divided nation, and fight for a better future for our families. Dr. Oz, I approve this message.
Nuggets.
We always have known it.
Killer taste, killer nutrition. Dave's Killer Bread. Bread amplified.
Today's forecast is brought to you by
Some insurance companies are known for their jingles. NJM is known for outstanding service you can count on.
The Labor Day sale at Raymore Flanagan is extended. Shop the best savings of the season. Refresh your home for fall with up to 40% off. Or take advantage of financing. Get 0% interest for 60 months. Choose from our wide selection of furniture, mattresses, rugs, and more. Thousands of items on sale, in stock, and ready to deliver to your home fast. Save up to 40% during the Labor Day sale. Extended through Monday. Only at Raymore Flanagan.
FanDuel is dropping you in the middle of all the fantasy football action all season long. Right now, new customers get a free entry into a single game contest or share millions in prizes. It's easy to build a team in minutes. And from single game to season-long contests, you can take home W's all year long. Make every moment more FanDuel.
Spanish language audio provided by Telemundo Deportes. For watch tonight's game in Spanish on Universo.
In a movie script, the story would have ended here. Happily ever after. The coronation of the coaching prodigy. The superstar. It was Aaron Donald. Exalted his dominance. The leading man, finding his perfect fit at last. Riding off into the California sunset. Rain confetti, cue music, roll credits. But in this town, in this game, when you make it big, the only next step imaginable is going bigger. What else would you want? Even if the question persists, how do you deliver another hit when the story ended so perfectly? Well, the setting is still perfect. The stars have signed on for the franchise, and the script for the sequel starts getting written now. Believe it, and you'll be world king. Though everyone else might have their own ideas for a plot twist. The NFL is back.
$500. That was fast. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Bet $5 to get $200 instantly. Action's so good, why the NFL anywhere else?
Touchdown! Interception.
DJ and Mike, connecting you. Weeknights at 11.
Spanish language audio provided by Telemundo Deportes. Or watch tonight's game in Spanish on Universo.
Every touchdown, every sack, and every yard of pass. This Hollywood script has a picture perfect.
In the movie script, the story would have ended here. Happily ever after.
The Los Angeles Rams are world champions.
The coronation of the coaching prodigy. The superstar.
It was Aaron Donald.
Exalting in his dominance. The leading man, finding his perfect fit at last.
Stafford gets the job done.
Riding off into the California sunset. Rain confetti, cue music, roll credits. But in this town, in this game, when you make it big, the only next step imaginable is going bigger. Even if the question persists, how do you deliver another hit? And the story ended so perfectly. Well, the setting is still perfect. The stars are signed on for the franchise, and the script for the sequel starts getting written now.
Believe it, you'll be world champs.
While everyone else might have their own ideas for a plot twist. The NFL is back.
And Act 1 of the new script written tonight, 20 miles from Hollywood. The stars are out at SoFi Stadium, where the Rams won the title in February. And now celebrate that championship moment. At the mic, one of the stars of that team, retired offensive tackle Andrew Whitworth.
Rams out! You were with us the whole year to bring the Lombardi home. Every touchdown, every sack, every touchdown, every sack, and every no-look pass. This Hollywood story had a picture-perfect ending.
He was playing for the Super Bowl a season ago, but for those 13 nightmarish sessions.
I'm not check. If you want to do it like flat.
But as far as
the end of last season couldn't get any
no interceptions. May have been even better with the football if that's possible. And for Matthew Stafford, just clutch play after clutch play, those final 3 games of the season. We have a deserving champion, but we also have a deserving fan.
We've got a really good storyline. One of Stafford's teammates going to try to sack him. Here, Tim, you go into that. Here's Melissa Stark.
Like 7 months ago, I never thought Moore was on this field.
Rams house! This is
with the Los Angeles Rams. Tonight, he is back. And talking to yesterday, we can see how difficult that decision was. Here is the scene during a moment. Never told us to get this distraction out. We can just watch the swinging field from this conversation.
And the victory lap ends and the race begins anew. Hi everyone, Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth. Thanks for having us in. And here we go with the season. A little drama. Odell Beckham Jr. just showing up out of nowhere, right? Boy, Chris, 17 years since anyone's repeated as champs. It's the longest run in NFL history. And the Rams going, of course, we got a terrific team. But what a start. The defending champs get the Super Bowl favorites this year.
Yeah, and I think the Buffalo Bills have to be thrilled to be back. Don't you know what I mean? Could have been so easily these two teams playing for the Super Bowl a season ago, but for those 13 nightmarish seconds in Kansas City for the Buffalo Bills. But as far as an opener, you can't get better than this.
The end of last season couldn't get any better than that. The playoff games were great. Maybe the 2 best players in that stretch, the quarterbacks we're going to see tonight, Matthew Stafford and Josh Allen.
Josh Allen was just incredible. 9 touchdowns, no interceptions. May have been even better running the football if that's possible. And for Matthew Stafford, just clutch play after clutch play those final 3 games of the season. So tonight we have a deserving champion, and we also have a deserving favorite.
Yeah, we've got a really good storyline. One of Stafford's teammates going to try to sack him here tonight. For more on that, here's Melissa Starr.
7 months ago, linebacker Von Miller was on this field, confetti balling a Super Bowl champion with the Los Angeles Rams. Tonight, he is back as a Buffalo Bill. In talking to him yesterday, you could see how difficult that decision was for him to leave, and he told us he would only leave for something special. Here was the scene during pregame warm-ups. Miller told us that since the schedule came out, he's been visualizing how he would feel seeing his former team tonight and how he'd be received by them. There was hugs all around. Rams head coach Sean McVay said, "There are no hard feelings, just hurt feelings." Miller admitted decision ultimately came down to trying to become the first NFL player to play in and win a Super Bowl with 3 different teams. Mike, that quest begins tonight.
Love the drama. We've got it all tonight. Storylines, stars, the Rams, the Bills, and at long last, the season. Kicking off next for you here on NBC.
NBC's NFL Kickoff Special is brought to you by Hyundai. It's your journey. Jersey Mike Subs. Be a sub above.
Got a dog.
Oh, that's it. All right, go get it. Yeah, good boy.
When it comes to lasting relationships, we're thinking of every mile. The new Hyundai Tucson. It's your journey.
I joined number 1 to be frugal, because I'm famous. Famous. I'm more like that guy from that angle, famous. So saving money is clutch for me.
$200 instantly. Just spend $5. DraftKings, listen to me. You listen good. I appreciate you for recognizing how valuable my time is. But instantly, stop. You're not gonna make me sweat a little bit? Throw some extra bumps in my chest while the game is going on? Oh, look, wait a minute. There's my $200. That was fast.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Bet $5 to get $200 instantly. Action so good, why bet NFL anywhere else?
Nah, interception.
It's the Little Caesars Pizza pregame with Pals, Pepsi, and Pizza.
A pizza pregame with Pals, Pepsi, and Pizza.
Totally.
Thanks, Pals and Pals.
Online before games, you can win prizes like Super Bowl 57 tickets.
Pizza.
The Europeans will not stop until Africa is dead. They are Gojira already.
Don't you know together we are strong?
Now we have declared war.
Gonna fight the madness till it's gone.
Some things are worth fighting for.
We just gotta We are the spear of victory. We are the blade of freedom.
The Woman King in theaters September 16th at PG-13. Tonight, you'll be seeing the game like never before with the Walmart Plus 4K Skycam. Get more out of game day with Walmart Plus, a membership with free same-day delivery on fresh groceries and more.
Peacock's the live streaming home for every week of Sunday Night Football. Plus, go deeper with exclusive post-game breakdowns and a fully loaded NFL hub. Because if you wait for Sunday night, it's on Peacock.
NBC Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
To perform tonight's national anthem, please welcome singer-songwriter Tinashe.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
If you smell what the Rock is cooking. Super Bowl champion, Los Angeles Rams. Get out of your seats. Stomp your feet. It is time to rampage.
Well, that's the way the Super Bowl started, so why not start the season back here the same way? Sean McVay's reset the bar for young head coaches, still the youngest in the league. 5 years, 4 playoffs, 2 NFC championships, and won the Super Bowl here 7 months ago. The other Sean's pretty good as well. Sean McDermott, also his 6th year, and also has taken his team to the playoffs 4 out of 5 seasons. He's won the AFC East back-to-back, and as we said, Buffalo, the preseason favorite to win the Super Bowl. They're going to get the ball first as the Rams won the toss and deferred. Now, SoFi Stadium, $5.5 billion. It's gorgeous. It's covered, but it's open on the sides. So that means hot. It's hot, and it is scorching on the field. Temperature got as high as 97 in Inglewood, California today. It's been excessive heat warnings and a heat wave. To send it away for the Rams. Isaiah McKenzie started the season with a 75-yard kickoff return in Orchard Park last year. All right, preseason, off-season moves, the draft, all of it. Now it's real. Season 103 of the NFL is underway. McKenzie's going to let it go, and Buffalo will start with the football. Let's meet the Bills offense.
Josh Allen, go Pokes.
Devin Singletary, FAU.
Gabe Davis, UCF.
Isaiah McKenzie, Georgia.
Stephon Diggs, Maryland. Dawson Knox, Ole Miss.
Deion Dawkins, UArty Snow University.
Roger Saffold, Indiana.
Mitch Morse, Missouri.
Ryan Bates, Penn State University.
Spencer Brown, Lenox, Iowa.
Biggest name missing for that Bills offense from last year, Cole Beasley. The receiver released. His offense top 5 in points and yards last year. Here they go from the 25. Allen to the air and underneath. Stephon Diggs with a catch and a gain of 6 yards to the 31-yard line. So Josh Allen, the Bills took him 7th overall in 2018. He was 2nd in the MVP voting in 2020. Last year, regular season, you know, the numbers weren't as good as they were the year before.
you could even save $652. Thank you, Liberty Mutual. Now, contestants ready? Go!
We need someone to be there, knowing they'll always care. Someone who lights your way each and every day. Doing what you love is everything, so we can celebrate the joy it brings. There's so much to protect in our lives. That's why Nationwide is on your side.